Sahaja Yoga, as he has told you, is not a new thing. Sahaja Yoga has been used since long in this country. It's our heritage, has been used. Sahaja, Saha is with, Joy is born with you. And it is something which has been already used by our saints. But very few people got realization, very few people got realization. And then it so happened that when I was born, I knew I had to do this work of collective realization. I had to work it out. And my father himself was a very saintly person and a very sacrificing person. My mother was also. And they wanted me to find out the ways and method how I would achieve a samohik chetana for the people. Because that is, you see, they also were very concerned about the people. They sacrificed all their life for Congress and this. And I mean, I also, as they told you, I have also suffered a lot. They gave me electric shocks and all that happened. Doesn't matter. But after that, all that, when Gandhiji was there also, Gandhiji knew all about it. And if Gandhiji had lived, he would have supported me. He would definitely have supported me. He was a realized soul. Shastriji was also a realized soul. He used to respect me so much that even when he was Prime Minister, if I came to know, he came to know I was there, he would invite me. My husband was his secretary, all right. But to respect me so much, he would even come to my car and open the door for me. And saw that. I mean, it's so humble towards me because he knew that I had this power. It was after me that I should take to Congress and this and that. But I was just waiting to find out a way by which I could break this seventh chakra and all. And I was studying in my own subtle ways the problems of human beings, why they don't get realization. There are problems in the chakras, these permutations and combinations. And in that study and all that, I found that I'm just about to finish it off. And I went to many saints, real saints also, to artificial saints and to the people like this. I went to even the Muktanand, I went to Rajneesh and to all those people to find out. But Rajneesh himself is something surprising. That first time I met him in Jabalpur, because he knew my niece and he said that your sister, aunt has come, I would like to meet her. Because my husband was a big man those days, so maybe he wanted to meet me or whatever it is. But as soon as he saw me, he stretched himself before me. My brother was also with me and said, "You are Adi Shakti, you are Adi Shakti." So I put up a show. I said, "What is Adi Shakti? I don't know. What is this? What are you talking about?" He said, "You don't know anything about it?" I said, No, I don't know anything. So he wanted to get something done, you see, from Shastriji. I said, "Nothing doing. I'm sorry. I'm no good for all these things. If you want, you can take an appointment with Shastriji." Shastriji never gave him an appointment. He used to say like that. So it happened. Then when I came to Bombay, again he got after me. We had an Impala car from Shipping Corporation, wanted to buy that. His attention was only on money or this. He was saying, I had a kada with me. "Why don't you give me this kada?" I said, "Why? This is given to me by my family people. Why do you want to have? You are a man. What will you do with the kada?" He said, "I'll make money out of it." "But why do you want to make money? You are a sadhu. You are a sannyasi." I couldn't understand him throughout. Then he said, "No, but I'm doing a lot of work, you don't know, and you must come and see me." This. One day he asked me to go to his lecture. And he used to telephone me too much, so my husband said, "It's so much better go, what is the harm after all?" Went there to his lecture. So he said, "You sit on the dais." In the presence of everybody, somebody goes on saying, "Sit on the dais." So I said, "All right." I went inside. Immediately somebody took my photograph. It's a blackmailing system, you know. He took my photograph. Then we went to, he said, "You come to Narbol." And he telephoned to me so many times. My husband said, "I have a friend there nearby. You go and stay there. After all, you can go and see this man. What he's doing, after all," he's saying, maybe there is some truth in it. I said, "All right, Baba." Now my husband, I didn't know what to tell him about this man, that I didn't think much of him. Then I went there. I went and I saw the way he was mesmerizing people. They were all fainting, rolling on their... I was so disgusted with it. That was on the 4th of May, 1970. The 5th of May, I broke the 7th chakra. That's the thing I broke. He doesn't know a word about Kundalini. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know any medical. He doesn't know any science. He doesn't know about our Indian music. He doesn't know about Western music. He's not at all knowledgeable. Not at all knowledgeable. He eats like a glutton. I saw him eating. I said, "Baba, what is this? Some Rakshasi food he's eating like that." I'm telling you the truth, you see. And then he got diabetes, this, that. He's 10 years younger to me. And he's now lying sick. he is thrown out of all these places. Now, explanation he's very good at giving. He says, because of Pope he was thrown out. Not at all. Because America doesn't follow Pope. They are all Protestant countries who threw him out. He didn't go to any South American countries where I go. And I talk about the wrongs of Christianity, wrongs of Hinduism, wrongs of all the religions, of the Islam and everything. And I tell them that what is written in the Bible, what is written in the Quran also, they have described Sahaja Yoga. They have said it, that at the time of resurrection your hands will speak. Clearly it is said. So, you see, if you talk to these people, if they are not fundamentalists, they listen to you. And it works. Otherwise, how can I work in Turkey and places like that? And we have in Algeria so many scientists, aeronautical engineers, so many people there. So it's such a unique thing you have got. Now, I would request you to put forward these things for people. Actually, there was no need also for me to advertise, because you will see that wherever I go, in Delhi, there are at least 12,000 people. In Noida, there were 14,000 people. In the villages, they come from all over. Even for this thing, poor things had come on there by cars and all that, and everybody was hit. Everyone was hit. Because there were about 400 stones, they threw such big, big stones. And these stones were there already, they had everything nicely done, because they had these ladders, and they had those stones stored for the road building. And they threw them.
You any guru?
I have no guru. There is no guru needed for me. You see, I was born like this. Everybody, a guru's guru, who will be? It's like that. So, you see, I am an ancient person, and to know me, it's better that you come to Sahaja Yoga and then know me. Because, see, now Christ said, I am the Son, I am the only Son of God. This is a fact. Actually, Christ is the incarnation of Ganesha. We can prove it. We can prove all these things on vibration. If you get your realization, we can prove everything. We can prove the existence of God. We can prove the existence of what we are saying. Everything that I say, we can prove it on vibrations. Supposing I say the truth, then you start getting the cool breeze much more. But if there's something, somebody is a falsehood, false man, you put your hand, you start burning. You diagnose only on your fingertips. On your fingertips you can diagnose. And that's how these, after all, these are all such highly qualified doctors and things and scientists. They themselves have experienced, and they are experimenting. And also to say that I take money, and there's no need, because my husband earns quite a lot, and by God's grace, he is a very generous man, and he feels that I'm doing a very good work, so he's helping me. But one side are these false gurus and the people who suffer from Andhashraddha, where I tell them that don't, God, they say that Devi comes in the body. I say no, nothing of the kind. So they are on one side. Another side are these people. I just don't know. In India is this problem? Nowhere. How can Russians imagine? There was no religion for Russians so far, isn't it? They had no religion. But imagine how they jumped into Sahaja Yoga. We have two great people from there. This lady is now going to experiment from the government on the children, and he was a diplomat, Mr. Oleg.